Hey friends, it's Evie here with Happily Even After, where I help you know and understand that you can live your life happily even after a divorce, betrayal, a breakup. So today I want to just talk about if you have caught your spouse in an affair, or if you know somebody who has, maybe this information can help them. When a person first finds out their spouse is having an affair, much of the time it could be a complete surprise. I know sometimes people get suspicious and they're following them, but for me it was a complete surprise on the first one. Well, on the second one, and on the third one too. Yes, I stayed through 3. I don't recommend it at all. I learned a lot, and I learned what not to do, and I learned how to help other people get through the aftermath of infidelity. Because, friend, if you're like me, on the first one, for sure, on all of them, because I always had this full hope of, it's completely better. But for the first one, for sure, I was just madly in love. We had been married 7 years, and I was so in love with him and enjoyed him and our life. And I came home one day, and I just had a few minutes to come home. I was a school teacher. I taught 3rd grade, and I came home to get a little sinus allergy pill. And it was in April, and it was a beautiful day. I live in Louisiana, and it was beautiful, perfect temperature, sunshine, and it was amazing. And my ex-husband's birthday was that weekend. I had made a chocolate cake, and so I'm driving home, and I only have time to literally drive home, get what I need, and leave. I was a teacher, and I had a 20-minute lunch break, and so it took about 7 minutes to get home. So anyway, so I'm driving down my street, and I see my husband's truck there, my ex-husband, and I'm like, I get to see him. Wonder what he's doing home. He was also an educator. Well, when I got home, there was another woman in my home. So they weren't doing anything, but she was in there nonetheless, and I was in shock. Y'all, I was in shock. I had no idea. And when I mean no idea, it was a shock. And so here I was thinking my marriage was pretty near perfect. And then I come home to this. And it rocked my world, turned everything upside down. I didn't know what to do, what to believe. He was my world. And he had betrayed me. And he lied. And he lied, and he lied, and he lied, and he lied. So anyway, I say all that to say that if you found out about your spouse cheating, I know the shock of it, the hurt, the pain, the questions. The questions. But here's what I want to stress, if I get to you soon enough. The less you know, the better. And I know you're probably thinking, because I want to know every detail. Where were they? When did they talk? How did it happen? How did they meet? What did they say? Well, I get it. I was there. That was exactly me. I wanted to know everything. But here's the thing. Cheaters are liars, and most likely you're not going to know. They're not going to tell you all the details. And friend, knowing more details than just the fact that your spouse had an affair, it's brutal. It's more for you to forget, more for you to forgive. And yes, forgive. I have been questioned along the way, forgive, what do you mean? I mean forgive so that you can set yourself free and be detached from that situation, because the more you hold on to it and think about it, the more you have to deal with it. And y'all, I did that the wrong way. I held on to it. I thought about it every second of every day. I remember the days that I thought, I just want 1 second to go by that I don't think about the affair. Just 1 second, or her, you know? And of course, a long time later, I had a second that I didn't think of him or her and all that. So if you're going through this, I can help you, and I will give pointers and tips on how to get out of your head more quickly than I did. I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it. It was all consuming. And that's what that can happen. It's because you want to know, because you think, oh, I can have closure if I know. Friend, no. You just have more that you have to think about. You have to know where they went. And then every time you drive by that restaurant or that, you know, whatever, then you have to think about it again and again and again. The less you know, the better, I promise. So that's my words for you today is, if you found out your spouse has had an affair, the less you know, the better. It will not bring you closure to know more. It will not do anything helpful if you know more. Here's what you need to know. Here's what you need to know. Are you staying or are you going? And knowing what I know now, I do not recommend anyone to stay. And I stayed, and I stayed, and I stayed, and I stayed. 3 affairs later, many years of affairs and infidelity. And I stayed. I don't recommend it. My ex-husband is still doing to this day what he did to me. He's still doing it. He did it to her, the woman he left me for. He's never been faithful since the first affair, come to find out. So anyway, friend, if you found out your spouse is having an affair, don't try to know more. Contact me. I will help you get through this. So stay tuned for more videos like this as I help you get beyond the betrayal. Thank you, friend.